Alright guys, so we're checking out the ENGWE Engine Pro. So they're folding electric bike. It's got the 20-inch by 4-inch fat tires with the mag wheels. 6061 aluminum alloy frame on this one. This is they call it the upgraded version, and if there's some videos out from last year on the first version. This one has an upgraded battery. It's 16 amp hours, still 48 volts. So it's been upgraded from about 12.8 amp hours to 16 amp hours. It's going to increase your range. I'll talk about that here in a second. Also, it's got a updated seat, so that's new. The old seat was a little bit different. And then the trip computer or the display is also new as well. So we'll cover all of that. Otherwise, the bike is pretty much the same as you've probably seen in some previous reviews. Hydraulic disc brakes on this one. I think these have 160 millimeter rotors. These are made by Logan. Got a folding stem there. Of course, the bike folds down. The height is adjustable on the handlebars as well as on the seat. This rear rack is already attached to the bike out of the box. It was about 75% assembled. All I had to do was put the front wheel on and the front fender and headlight, and also attach the handlebar. Something a little tricky about the stem here for the handlebar is that there was a white collar that was on this metal piece here that attaches the stem. You have to take that off first, and then that little plastic piece that holds that white stem little bushing on, you have to use that to screw down the stem to the main frame. That wasn't in the manual, so if you're wondering about how to do that, it's not terribly difficult, but you have to make sure they take that off, otherwise you can't get the stem on. The other thing to note is on the derailleur back here, this little piece there was bent in shipping on mine, so it was preventing the derailleur from working correctly, so you have to pull this back. That's pretty common on a lot of these e-bikes and shipping. So we got the Shimano 8-gear Altus shifter here in the back. The sensor for the pedaling pedal assist is a cadence sensor, not a torque sensor. Something to keep in mind. The Engine Pro features a hydraulic front suspension and a alloy spring suspension here in the rear. So this is not on the EP2 Pro model that I reviewed previously. So this does give it a very nice soft ride. This whole suspension coil here in the back, even though there's no seat suspension, this rear suspension does absorb a lot of the bumps. It isn't adjustable as far as I know. The front hydraulic suspension is adjustable, and there is a lockout as well. There is a headlight, of course, here, pretty bright, and rear brake light as well. The fenders or the mud guards are aluminum or metal. So the battery in here, as I said, it's a 16 amp hour battery. It's actually inside the frame here, so you can take it out if you unfold the bike, and you can charge the battery inside the bike, or you can take it out and charge it if you want. Alright, so taking a look at the handlebar here, you got your hydraulic disc brakes. There's a thumb throttle here on the left. Got your horn. Got your controls here for the bike computer display. Long press this to turn it on. And so on the previous version of this bike, last year's version, this bike computer was a little bit different. I can't tell you what the differences are, but this one has a color display. It does have your different pedal assist levels here on this button here, so up and down. And you have 5 levels of pedal assist. These are all adjustable inside the settings. You can change your trip information here with this button, the center button here. This button over here on the right turns the headlight on and off. So let's go to turn that on, and then the display will dim, I think. Here, let's see. Yeah, it looks like there's a setting in here that detects how bright it is, and it actually won't turn the headlight on. It actually will turn on automatically if you're in a dark area. Over here on the right is your shifter, 8 gears, and then you have these nice either leather or pseudo leather grips. They're pretty comfortable. So as I mentioned, the bike has 5 levels of pedal assist. On the different levels of pedal assist, it'll go at different speeds. I'll show you that when I'm riding. When you use the thumb throttle, it basically just gives you the max speed at that level. And if you hold it down, it'll go into cruise control. So basically it'll hold that speed so you can let go of the thumb throttle. So from the factory, I'm told that this is not speed locked. It should be able to go up to 25 or 28 miles per hour. I guess we'll find out here as I ride along. Regarding the range, they're saying that because of the bigger battery, you can get up to 43.5 miles on electric only or throttle only, and up to 74.5 miles on pedal assist, which is kind of crazy. And I think the additional range you're going to get here is due to this interesting motor architecture. It's a 750 watt geared hub motor, so nothing unusual about that. It's a little bit smaller than some of the ones I've seen on other bikes. It does have this feature called e-pass, which is regenerative. Basically, it's like it's just regeneration from if you're going like downhill and you're not using any electricity, and it'll actually put energy back into the battery. So that's probably why they have such huge range numbers. Of course, those range numbers are going to be best case scenario. Level surfaces, no wind, those kind of things. So your mileage will vary depending on your riding conditions, riding style, the speed you're taking, etc. Okay, so let's go ahead and give this a ride, and I'll talk more about it when I'm riding along. All right, so I am in pedal assist level 1. I have 100% battery, and we're just going to start off with the pedaling and see how fast it goes. It takes about a half a turn of the crank on the crankshaft to have the motor kick in, and it kicks in pretty quick. And I'm in the low gear here, I think level gear 3 or 4. Tops out at about 6.8 miles per hour on pedal assist level 1. All right, it's about 7 miles per hour. So let's go to pedal assist level 2, and all of a sudden we jump up in speed. And at this gear, the cadence sensor, you basically run out of pedal already at pedal assist level 2, and we're going about 11.5 miles per hour. Let's go around here, and then we'll go to level 3. With the cadence sensor, you typically run out of pedal on these unless you're at super high gear, but you're not going to hit that. All right, so we'll go to level 3, and then now we're going fast. 15, 16, 16 and a half, 16.7. So 16.7 miles per hour at level 3. That's the top speed. And it's just pedaling. All right, I'll take it up to level 4. And we're going fast now. So we're going 22, 23, 24 miles per hour. I'm running out of road here. So I'm just going to go back to pedal assist level 1. I'm just going to use the throttle now. And on 1 here, we're only going about 6.6 miles per hour. And if you hold down the throttle about 5 seconds or so, it will basically lock that speed. So now we're at 6.6, and I'm not using the thumb throttle. Let's go to 2. So it doesn't increase the speed, you have to actually hold the throttle down. That throttle down a little longer. So he's topping out around a little over 11 miles per hour. All right, let's go to 3, throttle only. So on 3, we're topping out at about 16.8 miles per hour. We'll go to 4. 20.21, 22, 23. Now we're going faster. Hit those brakes here. I'm running out of road. try 5. I'm gonna run out of road here. I think 24, 25 is the max speed on this bike. Yeah, I'm running out of road. I can't pick up that speed, so. Anyway, I think that's a lot faster than I'm comfortable going. Anyway, overall the bike is very comfortable to ride thanks to the rear suspension. So really no issues. I mean, obviously I'm only going on like sidewalks here, but I mean, you can definitely take this off-road if you want without really any issues. The seat is okay. I think mostly the suspension helps in terms of the comfort of the ride. If there were no suspension on the rear suspension on this bike, I think the seat might be an issue for me, but I think because there is, it's not really a problem. I don't feel like I won't be able to ride this for a lengthy amount of time. But yeah, I think I like keeping it in pedal assist level 3. For me, I think under 20 miles per hour is plenty fast. I know there's a lot of you speed demons out there that want to go way faster. I do have to wonder though why you're looking at a 750 watt motorbike versus something that has a 1,000 watt motor or 2 motors. Those of you guys that are speed demons should be going for the dual 1,000 watt motor setup. So another thing to note is that over these bumps, the middle fenders, the mud guards, they don't rattle or anything, but I do notice something about the motor is that when you're in the higher pedal assist levels, there's more of a stronger whine. And of course, it's a brushless geared motor, so I think that the whine is possibly from the gears. It doesn't sound horrible, but the whine is pretty loud on this bike compared to some other ones. And the more torque that the motor is producing, the louder that whine is. So when you're going slower and you want to pick up speed, that whine is a little bit louder versus when you're already at speed and you're giving it full throttle, it doesn't sound as loud. The brakes are very good, very good stopping power. Actually, I didn't have to do any adjustment on them either, which is nice. The shifting of the gears is pretty smooth. So and once I fixed that problem with the little derailleur protector that was on there, once I fixed that, I didn't have any issues. Cruise control's on now. I'm going to hit the brake, and then when we hit the brake, the cruise control disengages, which is good. Yeah, so overall, I'm really enjoying the bike. It rides really nice and smooth. Pretty good power, at least plenty of power for what I want to do and the speeds I want to get. The ride's very comfortable, so I think it basically boils down to whether or not this is going to be reliable in the long run. If you guys have the first version of this bike, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you've been riding this bike for a while, curious to see how your experience has been. I've heard that they've made some modifications to this upgraded version, other than obviously some changing out some of the parts. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.